Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I will be showing you my 2021 calendar. This year I decided to make a calendar. I saw this kit at Tuesday morning. It's actually an Authentique calendar collection kit, and it was from 2019. So you know how at Tuesday morning they sell like closeouts from previous things. So they had this. I never knew that Authentique had a calendar collection. I've bought their collection, like just their regular scrapbook paper collections, and love them. And so when I saw this, I knew I wanted to make a calendar because I used to do Plan With Me's. If you've been following me on this channel, I did Plan With Me's and did the Happy Planner and another couple other different planners, but I love to decorate them. I just never was very consistent at writing my plans in them. So I always do, though, keep a calendar up in my kitchen and write everything down in there. So I figured I'll just do a scrapbook calendar. It takes me back to my scrapbooking roots. I used to make calendars before. I've done it. And when I saw this kit, it was like $9.99, I think. It came with 2 sheets from every month plus all of the calendar pages. So this is just an example of how it came. This was the title, and then this is the one I'm going to be doing with you today, and I'll show you the other pages that I already completed. So this was December. It has this sheet that is called December Sentiments. And so it has all these cut aparts on this side, and then it has that. So you could actually make like a small calendar with this too. But the thing is, with these kits, they must have made them from like excess of their collection and then just put together whatever they had left for each month in here, because it wasn't consistent. Like, some of the pages were just one sheet of the solid pattern double sheet, and then this sentiment page that had these cut aparts, like the little cut aparts, and the calendar here with the, the double-sided. And then it always had this pattern paper, but then the cut apart portion was a little bit different for each one. So not all the months have this thing here, so I had to like print out my own little titles, and then I used what the other cut aparts were that came. So this one is here, and then the other months maybe had bigger. This is all the leftover cut aparts from this collection that I didn't use, that I can use in other things, but they had pages that had bigger cut aparts like this, like journal cards or whatever. So I'll show you. You'll see here in a second. So it had 2 for each month, the double-sided, and then this. And then I went in my stash and found a couple different colors to go with this. And I'll go ahead and show you what I've done so far. And I'm not even sure the logistics of how I'm going to hang this up, because it's a little heavy, but I may just take these out individually and just use, just stick them up on my pegboard, or my board in my kitchen. But this is the top, like, okay, so I'm gonna have to pull this sideways here so you can see the whole thing. This is January, and since I'm gonna make this to hang up, I was trying not to be heavy and add all the additional embellishments, so I just used the paper and the cut aparts on here, because this is gonna be heavy anyways. But here is the calendar part, and what I did was, of course it was blank, so I used my letter stamps, and that's not perfect because they're rubber stamps, and so I couldn't really see where I was, you know what I mean. So that's fine, because I'll fill this in, and then what I'm going to do is just make this into a scrapbook at the end of the year. So I have pages, these pictures are actually from 2019, but that's fine. I may just add more pictures on top of this part later and add in more of the cut aparts, and it'll just be my January for 2019 and so on. So that's the January, and then here is February. Pictures of my daughter and her boyfriend. I just thought those were cute. And not all of my pictures go along with the theme of what was included in this. So that's just the pictures that I had that I wanted to include. So there's the February. And then here is March. There's the March of my kitty cat, Little Miss Rose. And the March calendar part. And then April, and this definitely doesn't match. Here is the end of April, and that was when my daughter had her last days of college, and she didn't get to have a ceremony yet. They're going to, and they think it's going to be when 2021 graduates, the day before that, so if it's safe enough. But we were there, and she wore her cap and gown and all her stuff. It doesn't go along with the paper, of course, because it's more for Easter, but yeah. And then, let's see, May. Here is May. This one doesn't match either. More pictures. We went, these pictures are actually from July, because I went back. She's living there now, so I went back in July and went with her, and she had professional pictures taken, so I love that. But that's May. And then July, or June, I'm sorry, June. I just had pictures of my daughter and I, and my husband and my daughter, and then the three of us Zooming when we couldn't be together. This was actually from November, I think, or after Thanksgiving when we decorated. So, but the theme of it was like Father's Day, so I thought that was cute. And if you've bought Authentique, you know that their collections are all very vintage style, so it's fun. And then here is July. More pictures of our dog, Nikita. He's the one snoring right now, if you can hear that. So there's that, and then the calendar page for that one. And then August, over the summer, my daughter came and packed up her stuff, brought her roommate with her, and then she moved back to Ohio, so that was when they were there. Just thought it was fun. She had the beach pictures. So this one had the fun, like, summery stuff there. And then there's the calendar part. September was an autumn theme, and I just had pictures from a backpacking trip I went on. It had the fun, beautiful scenery there that I thought went well with the paper collection. And there's the calendar. And then October, I had pictures of us dressed up. My daughter and her two roommates were from Hocus Pocus, and then my husband and I dressed up as I was the tree, the happy little tree, and my dog was the squirrel, and my husband was the artist, and his name is just left my brain right now. I'm sure I'll come up with that. Anyway, and then we had like a drive-through like trunk or treat at church, and we did Candyland theme. So he was King Candy and I was Queen Frostine. So, yep. And there is the calendar page for that one. And then November, the last one that I have made already are our pictures that we had for our family pictures this year. And so it just had a fall autumn theme. So that's those. And then here is the calendar part. And so now I'm going to work on the December with you guys, and we will make the top page. So I have these two colors, the red and the green, and then the calendar page, those two pages. I have a couple pictures. I'm actually going to print out more, but I have one of our friend's dog with the Christmas ribbon, and then my cat Rose with her little scarf on. And so I'm going to include those, and then I still need to print out a couple more of just our family at Christmas. So let's see, I'm going to start with this. And what I did with the other ones was I cut like 1.5 inch strip for the top here. And I kind of, if I did the plaid on one side or at the top, I would do the other side down at the bottom. So I'm gonna see what will look the best. So that's the December, so I think I'll use the plaid because I think the plaid looks the best with that. And then the berries I'm gonna do at the bottom. So that one I just did like a 3/4 inch strip to go along the bottom. And then I also did like a border down there of one of my coordinating, and I think this would look good with the red underneath it. So I'm gonna cut a 1-inch strip of the red to go underneath that bottom strip. Just go ahead and glue that down. And today I'm using art glitter glue. I had received that for Christmas a year or so ago and just had never used it, and I kind of like it. I usually use tacky glue, which I love too, but I decided I wanted to pull this out. Yeah. And you kind of need to use a glue or a really strong double-sided tape just to make sure, you know, these are going to be in the sleeves unless I decide to take them out of the sleeve to put them up on the calendar, which I think I will need to do since I'll be needing to be able to write on them. And I think they'll be too heavy to have all of them up there at one time. So, okay, I'm going to glue this down. And since they are not going to be in a page protector right now, I'm using the wet glue so that the pieces don't fall off. And this does a pretty good job of not wrinkling up, the art glitter glue. Another glue that I have discovered that I like as well is called Zip Dry, and it's expensive though. And you have to just keep, once you open it up, I guess I've read reviews on it that once you open it up, you need to use it pretty quickly and not let it sit there for a year or so, because it dries up quick in the bottle. and it gets really thick, I guess. So I needed something, a good glue to use for a junk journal that I made for my niece. And so I found the zip dry worked really well, and I wanted it to be a glue that didn't wrinkle, and that does not wrinkle the paper. I'm not sure what kind of glue it is, but yeah. So I'm going to make this a little bit thinner so it fits up there. And I think I'm going to line that, just add a little bit of color behind it. So I'm going to glue this up here. So I'm just doing a little border. Not really measuring, I just mounted it and cut around it. Just left a little bit of an edge, and then this will go down here in the center. Yeah, I like that. Adds a lot when you add a little border on it. And then before I add any more embellishments, that's what I like about the smaller cut apart page as opposed to the other one that just has like 9 bigger ones like this size, is that it has all the smaller pieces that you can add to the actual calendar part. Just like, well, because there's not a lot of extra space on a calendar to add stuff unless you have little tiny things. So and since this is my major, like, I write everything on here, I don't want a lot on the little spaces, just maybe just a few extra embellishments. So but before I want to do that, I'll have to put my numbers on it. So let me grab my number stamps. So I have this rubber stamp set. It's by Cavallini Papers & Co. I found it at a thrift store, and it was pretty much new. They had only used like 1 or 2 of the stamps in here. It's messed up now, but it had a stamp pad, but it was dried up because it's from 2005. But it had all the numbers 1 through 0, like 1 through 9 and then 0. So, and then it has to and from, rush, little pointy finger, and symbol, half, other ones in there, cents and question mark, number. And I'm just going to be using my Memento ink. And I'm not looking for perfection here. So let's see, when the 1st is Wednesday next December, so I'm just going to go there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just go through here, speed this up so you don't have to see all this. But I'm just going to go through and do all my numbers. Alright, so that's done. It wasn't perfect. I messed up here. There's some miscellaneous, but that's okay. I'm good with that. Okay, so now I've got a little space up there. I can add one of these cut aparts. I can add something down here. So let's see. I like the Santa. I'm going to cut that Santa out. Put him. Just cut a little bit more of that off. It's cute. Want him here, or do I want him up here? Maybe I'll put. Let's see. I'll add something else here too. Maybe one of the little strips. So cut that. Merry Christmas off here. Maybe I'll put the Merry Christmas there since it's on the 24th and the 25th. And I want something down here too. I'll just add one of these. I'll do the Santa Claus, I guess. Let's put that down here. So that'll be fun. That there. Christmas. All right, so that's done. Now to work on this page. So I have this background, and then I have my red I can add in if I want to mount pictures, which I probably will. That'll look cute on there. But first, I want to use the rest of this. And what I did on the other ones was I trimmed this off, of course, the bottom strip. And then I cut a section that was 4 inches. And this is going to where the 12 inches is vertical. 4 inches off that. So I have 2 pieces here. And I'm going to turn one over. I'm going to use one section down below. Let's see, what did I do? I kind of wanted to alternate from what I did last month. So the November I did, oh okay, so I did a strip here and then the strip here, and I added the burgundy behind it. So maybe I'll do one strip down below and the other on this side, just kind of alternate it and change it up a little bit. So I'll put this down here and this one here, and I'll add a red in back of it. So go ahead and glue that down. This is almost empty, that's why I keep shaking it. I have a refill, so that's good. So I'm just move this down here, and this off the side. Just leave a little border. So that will go this way. And I can just add that behind. Or do I want to do that? Maybe, let's see here. Maybe I'll do that. Just add a little bit of a corner there. Let's cut that off. Just a quick scrapbook page for this. Before I glue these pieces down, I just want to make sure I have my layout good. So he'll go there, and I'll probably have like a family or one of the pictures from Christmas morning of us. She will go up there, and then I'm going to use, oh, also on the backs of this is the calendar. There's always a pattern on the back. So I'm going to use that to mount the other picture. So that will go there, and I will have our picture in that spot. So I'll go ahead and glue that down because I know I want that to be there. And let's go ahead and glue this down. And then this will go down. This piece. Just gotta hold out for a few more pieces here. Glue. Alright. And then we'll go there. And then I have these that I will add a couple of these on. What do I want to do? Oh, these bigger ones. So maybe, which one do I want to use? Probably one there. Maybe this Traditions one. Kind of goes along with it. Maybe there. maybe be able to add a picture there to a smaller one, I think. And then I do need to carry in some of the blue from the December, I think, because there's no blue on this page so far. So I think I'll use this at Christmas play and make good cheer for Christmas comes but once a year. So I'll add that in there. And I'll put this down below. No, I was going to put a picture there, huh? What am I going to do? Maybe I'll add it. I'll do this here and then add in a couple of these stamps down here. These are cute. I'll use one Santa and one Christmas tree, 1963. Santa there, and I'll do that, and then I can add another piece from maybe this. He who has not Christmas in his heart will never find it under a tree. Put that one down there. Really, I could add a picture there, but I really love the collection, so I want to use that. But I think it'll be plenty to add a small picture here and then a picture there. Alrighty. Then of course, later when I put this into a scrapbook, I will go in probably and add like embellishments onto this, you know, like rhinestones or ribbon or whatever. But for now, it's going to be this since it's going to be hanging up. I don't want it to be really heavy when it's up there. All right, so that is it. The 2 pages, and just imagine it with 2 more pictures there. So hopefully you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know, what are you doing for your planning this year? Are you using a calendar or do you use an actual planner? If so, what kind of planner do you like? I love the Happy Planner, and I had other planners. What is the one? I had a smaller one that was the binder with the snap closure on it, and I can't remember what that was. I had one that one year. It was smaller though, but I love the Happy Planner, so whatever. I think they're all pretty cool, especially when you get to decorate them. So let me know down in the comments what it is you are doing for this year for your planning, or if you even do it at all. But I hope this gives you inspiration for just even a scrapbook page if you're into scrapbooking. And yeah, so have a happy new year, and I will see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.